Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Rosie here, and I play Dead by Daylight so you don't have to. Wow, what fucking colossal failure from Behavior Interactive, as always, bro, as always. Now, if you watch that, voice crack, if you watch the video we did on this patch, some of the things in there definitely weren't the most accurate, is the first thing I'm going to say. Oh, we were eating fried chicken. It was Friday. I was tired. Guys. Shoot me. It was a Thursday. It's tired. But, so, like, we said that. We had that goof about, we saying that the twins could teleport between each other in this rework, which the more you think about that was actually, like, a really smart idea. But, you know, that obviously wasn't accurate there. But the thing about this twins rework, bro, you can go back to the video that we made a couple months ago. Like, I think this might even been like 6 months ago, when I said this word for word, man. Why are you even going to bother with doing something like this? The twins just need to be left alone. They're fine the way they are. They're good right now. Just leave them the way they are. Just leave them the way they are. Any experimentation with them it's just not gonna work, bro. It's just not gonna work. Why rework something for 5 people that you're ultimately gonna not like and end up scrapping? Well, guess what they did with the fucking twins rework, bro? Guess what they did? They fucking scrapped it. They fucking scrapped it. Oh, God, no. But it's like, okay, bro, you listen. There'd be people be saying, like, well, the twins buff needed scrapped anyway. J-Man said that in my Discord today. The J-Man that said the twins buff needed scrapped anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, the company did not intend this to buff the twins. This was intended to be a nerf, and on paper, it looked like a nerf. It read like a nerf. Everything about it on paper was a nerf. And that's why we kind of had that reaction the way that we did of, like, the character is dead. And technically, the character was dead. The way that they were playing, the way that they play right now, it wasn't in the game anymore. Okay? The thing that the behavior didn't consider, and you can even go back and watch my streams. I ended up, like, having, when I explained this, I should have clipped this video on my stream. I didn't. I kind of explained why the rework was quote-unquote working, like, why they were still powerful in the PTB. In fact, more so. Why was it a buff? Why does behavior not understand the twins? Why was it a buff? Even though they gave them, like, what were on paper nerfs, the reason that it ended up being a buff is, like, the twins are the most adaptable character in the game simply because of the fact that Victor is absolutely butt-fuck insane, right? Victor is the most lethal thing in Dead by Daylight, especially when you gave him a base toy sword, right? Right? So, like, the base kit inclusion, like, a lot of the stuff that they did, they actually kept. This is actually now a base kit buff for the twins. The twins actually ended up benefiting from this overall, more than they were going to anyway, because this ended up being a buff. Because the reason why this is a buff, lads, is because, it was a buff in the PTB, is because Victor is not balanced around having a power that is 2-hit down. That's not what he is, okay? He's the most lethal thing in the game, okay? The Victor is balanced around the health state economy of Dead by Daylight. We said back when when the twins first came out, that the latch was a mechanic built into the character for balance reasons. Go back and watch my video, How to Play the Twins, when we had the little sketch app, and I was drawing. And you remember this shit? The latch was a mechanic built into the character for balance reasons. When you take that latch away, Victor is the most lethal thing in Dead by Daylight. That's why he was getting downs in 10 seconds in the PTB. Victor is so lethal that whatever shit conditions that the devs are going to slap onto this character, they're going to make it work because of the fact that Victor is lethal, right? So, what the devs actually ended up doing was uncapping that lethality. They uncapped it. Like what you have to earn right now through setting up a game state and health state economy, Victor's balanced around the health state economy by the fact that if you're chasing a healthy person, you're not going to get that down. because the character latches instead. Now, of course, he can set himself up with force pendants and everything, yada, yada, yada. That's how he said that, like, Victor can help set up his own game state right now with force pendants. But, like, the thing is, like, the reason that it was a buff was they uncapped Victor. Victor can go around, injure everybody, and then down somebody, like whatever you want to use him for. Their slug game even ended up getting buffed simply because you can now start doing it in the first 10 seconds of the game, right? You can down somebody with Victor, and then he may be latched for 20 seconds, but it's like, odds are, basically, especially in solo queue matches, survivors weren't going to get over there in 20 seconds, pick that guy up. And then Victor can just be redeployed, find the next person. Like, the character on paper, the nerfs on paper did not take into consideration that Victor is absolutely busted. Okay? Due to this, we received a lot of comments about the twins' strength during the PTB. We made a decision to revert the changes to Victor's pouch and keep the various quality of life improvements, faster switching between Charlotte and Victor, ability to recall Victor, add-on adjustments, and base kit inclusions. So they reverted like half the changes, but they kept a lot of the other. They kept a lot of the quality of life improvements, faster swapping, faster deployment, the ability to recall Victor when he's halfway across the map, and the add-on adjustments and base kit inclusions, aka toy sword in the base kit. A lot of the buffs they gave you, they kept all of the buffs that they gave you, except for the three major things, right? All of the quality of life improvements you kept. So twins ended up receiving a buff. We may revisit the twins in a future update if necessary, but these smaller tweaks will make the twins feel better to play for the time being. So basically, that shit about the survivors not having fun was ignored because of balance. Basically, right? Like, it doesn't, like, the changes ended up making them worse balance-wise. So the fun factor didn't matter. Overall, like, even Rosie, they reverted the twins buff. The twins don't need buff, bro. They're fine. What was in the PTB was fucking brainless. It was just Victor the entire time. Which, again, that's great when you earn it, bro. That's great when you play the character, you set up their board state, and you wipe out the survivors in the way that you're supposed to, and the way that the character was designed. When you eliminate the health state economy, you eliminate their character design, which is actually very intelligent, despite what survivors may say. So this was absolutely the right decision to revert this change. Yeah, absolutely 100% the right decision. Why reworks? Why change something that two people that you're going to end up not finding fun and scrapping? I ask it again. Don't touch the twins ever again. The Blight. Summoning Stone add-on. This increased the initial restoration by 0.5 was 1. Soul Chemical increases the initial red speed by 5% down from 10 on the PTB. Feedback around the Blight often centered around the two add-ons that improve collision detection. We made some adjustments to the add-ons, slightly lower their strength while we're maintaining usefulness. Blight, I'm still iffy on. We'll see. Some people were convinced he's B tier. Some people were convinced that he's still going to be number 2. So I'm actually gonna play him when he comes out. I guess play is not the right word because I can't execute, but I'll watch people and listen to people when he comes out. The DS removed DS no longer has a new animation. PTB featured a new animation for DS in which the survivor would stab the killer to free themselves. Animation had too much of an effect on the perk's expected behavior, adding a delay before the survivor wiggled free. We have decided to remove the animation of DS before its release. The stun time for the perk will remain 5 seconds. That is a buff for the perk. It turns out the only reason that DS was a 4-second stun was because of this animation. The fact that they changed it means it's back up to 5 seconds. Which means if you get hit by 1 DS against a good team, you're probably going to lose. Start using my system now. I would try not to tunnel as much, guys. I really would. This is going to be all over the place. This will be all over the place. I promise. Ultimate Weapon, reverted, affects survivors will once again scream instead of having their aura revealed, and now it affects the survivors within 32 meters of the locker, previously inside the terror radius. In the PTBs, while the perk was less appealing for killers, it remained a strong choice for killers with high mobility. To make its strength a little more even across the base killers, we've changed Ultimate Weapon to be based on the locker's position rather than the killers. This way, the killers without traversal abilities or with a small terror radius can take advantage of the perk more consistently without it being excessive on high mobility killers. The perk is nerfed. Again. They did let you have a Scream Bubble back, so Distortion can't counter it, but now 32 meters within a locker, that's That's pretty much fucking worthless. Doesn't Nowhere to Hide do pretty much like the same thing? I didn't even consider that. Isn't there a perk? Isn't there like a dredge perk that he opens a locker, then you get an aura reveal? Like, it's the same fucking perk, bro. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Thankfully, anything adrenaline-related wasn't touched there, so there you go. Short and sweet. The main standout here is that they fucking wasted all their time touching the twins when nobody wanted you to. You wasted time touching a character that didn't need it. You ended up breaking them even further and had to revert the changes. Don't touch twins. Fucking fix Michael Myers, man. Stop wasting your time with absolute fucking horseshit, bro. I'm serious. Fucking ridiculous. But I wanted to go ahead and make that follow-up video. I was going to make a follow-up video on the twins explaining why they were actually buffed, but I never had made the time for that, so I wanted to at least make this, so you know that I know that they were actually buffed. But oh well, I'm getting the hell out of here now, lads. GG's.